proud to have Terry, and thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen, Terry Klein.
I'm scrounging for a dollar, boy. I'm scrounging for a change. I need money for my cigarettes. I've got a habit I can't shake. I'll just be grateful it's nicotine and not the stuff they sell at Ardmore Way. Yeah, look between the cushions, boy, and check the bottom drawer. We got $2.45. Still $1.60 short. But don't bother checking that pickle jar. Ain't nothing in there anymore. Yeah, we need $1, 2 quarters, and a dime. $1, 2 quarters, and a dime. Oh, I don't have a license, boy. We just take my mama's car. Oh, she's with her man down in Hermosa. He runs his book out of a bar. And we just head over to Diaz Market, boy. That's okay, it ain't that far. I'll take a pack of L&M's. I'm sorry about all this change. Yeah, you know me, I know you. We both know that I'm of age. One more reckless plastic wrapper off and smoke these latchkey blues right away. Yeah, we found that $1, 2 quarters, and a dime. Oh, just $1, 2 quarters, and a dime. I have no idea what I'm going to play. If you know my songs and you want me to play something, you can yell it out. But not right now. No, you can whenever you want. It's a pleasure to be here. The Central Texas Food Bank is basically the best. It's one of the most sophisticated operations I've ever seen in my life. If you've ever been there, it's pretty amazing to see the way that they work and what they do. So you're supporting a very, very, very good cause. called This Too Shall Pass. Skunk-faced McGee walked into the bar, asked for a bourbon from the rail and a beer. Barkeep asked if he had any cash. He said, "Let's check in his pocket right here." He pulled a big fat roll from his old brown coat. It was all 50s and 100s for days. Be better than to ask him how he had such luck. Sometimes a blind squirrel even guess. Hey, yeah, good luck. Ain't always good luck. And bad luck ain't always bad. Oh, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Skunk-faced bought the next 4 or 5 rounds, and he stumbled out into the night. He had a brand new coat at the bar the next day, and a faraway look in his eyes. He'd thrown that old brown coat off the bridge into the river and watched as it floated away. He didn't know what he'd done till he felt for the money, but by then it was a little too late. Yeah, good luck ain't always good luck, and bad luck ain't always bad. Yeah, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. Back at the bar, a couple of days later, me and Skunk-faced watching the news. Seems the cops caught a body with a hole in its head, and it alley back a sweet mama lose. There was a shot of the scene, the Skunk-faced hollered. I said, "Well, buddy, what do you know? Behind the yellow tape among the spent shell casings, there was Skunk-face's old brown coat. Yeah, good luck ain't always good luck, and bad luck ain't always bad. Oh, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Thanks. I've driven 5,000 miles in the last month, 3,000 of which was over a week. Yeah, 5,000 miles. And I know that just because my check oil light just went on. And I got it changed in Los Angeles. But when you drive around, you drive through a lot of towns. Yesterday I drove to Houston for the Houston iteration of this, and you drive through Giddings. You know, you drive through part of Bremen. You drive through Burton. And especially when you're driving through Giddings, you can see that it's a shadow of what it once was. It's not what it was. And there are reasons for that. And I think that we should know those reasons and listen to those reasons and be aware of those reasons and the decisions that we've made, and feel empathy for the people in those towns and not just demonize them. So this tune is called Hopelessness is Going Around. Well, my father owned the hardware store on Kansas Avenue. He sold it all from Big John Deere's to flathead threaded screws. He had a purple heart and an iron will, and pride in all he'd done. He was up and at 'em every day, before the rising sun, the rising sun. Then a Sunbelt Black Hat LLC bought all the land outside of town, meeting at the Legion Hall so they wouldn't shut nothing down. Well, that big box from Atlanta and 105,000 square feet, selling high-flock Chinese sheetrock and keeping prices cheap, prices cheap. 10,000 towns just like us, stripped and left for dead in our bones. We know just how it got this way. Well, they say they're fighting for us, and they say the game is rigged, with their fingers crossed behind their backs and an eye on their 401ks. It's a shame. Yeah, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. Oh, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. For a couple years, and he had to break his lease. Landlord made him sell the house, brought a hero to his knees. Now Dad's in a nursing home, watching right-wing cable news. He likes the way it makes him feel, couldn't care less if it's true, if it's true. Yeah, all them grifters cashing in on anger and despair. I'd like to think that day is coming soon. They'll be called to answer for the damage that they've done. I know that's just a pipe dream, yes I do. Oh, it's a shame. Yeah, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. Yeah, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. Is this just who we've always been? But I don't want to know the answer. 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 It's a shame. Yeah, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. Oh, hopelessness is going around. It's a shame. I did a California tour with my friend Jackson Emmer 2 weeks ago. Jackson and I have written probably 15 songs together, and we were thinking back to the first one we wrote that we really liked, and I had struggled to find it. I pulled it up on my phone, like the little demo that we'd done in the spring of 2018 or the fall of 2017 or something like that. And we put it on in the car, and we were listening to it, and we were like, this is actually good. I like this. And so I found the lyrics, which are in my guitar case right now, but I'm not going to pull them out because I respect you too much, and because I like the idea of trying to play this song without a net, and also because I played it at the last gig I had, which was at 11 this morning. So, there you go. This is definitely, there's an old joke about Austin, right? Which is, how many old Austinites does it take to screw in a light bulb? And it's 5, 1 to screw in the light bulb, and 4 to tell you how much cooler the old light bulb is. This tune is called Before It's Gone. Didn't write Lost Highway, no, that was Leon Payne. Hank cut that track to acetate at the old Hotel Tulane. You're looking for the Tulane, baby, you can look all you want. They shut it down in '58 and put up a parking lot. Well, these might be the good old days for all we know. Make the most of every day before it's gone. Before it's gone. At the old Armadillo in 78704, XDC and Joey Lee, those lines stretched out the door. If you're looking for the Dillo down in Austin town, they sold the land 40 years ago and tore that sucker down. Yeah, these might be the good old days for all we know. Make the most of every day before it's gone. Before it's gone. Yeah, you can miss the moment, dishing out the blame. They can bring back CBGBs, but it won't be the same. These might be the good old days for all we know. Make the most of every day before it's gone. Before it's gone. Thanks so much. Let's see here. So I did California 2 weeks ago, and then last week I drove up to Southern Illinois to teach at a songwriting retreat in Carbondale, which is where Southern Illinois University is. That was really started by a friend of mine named Dana Michael Anderson, and I wrote this song for Dana. It's called If You Go. Well, my friend gave me a book before he left us. A self-help book he picked up from a second-hand store. Said he'd read it halfway through and liked it. He thought perhaps that I might like it more. Dawn breaks on the Mississippi River on another summer day. My friend won't get to see. It looks so still there on the surface. The trouble lies in wait there just beneath. Well, this is for whoever needs to hear it. If it makes a difference, I don't know. Your love, your love, your love. miss you if you go. I've since read that self-help book my friend gave me. Each ever-living page just as awful as the next. But I keep it on a shelf where I can see it. It's a blunt force kind of metaphor, I guess. Oh, this is for whoever needs to hear it. If it makes a difference, I don't know. Your love, your love, your love. Someone's gonna miss you if you go. 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 Thank you. I'm playing some songs off this new record of mine, which came out in November, and we made it. We recorded 9 songs in about 4 hours on a Monday in Nashville, Tennessee. Pretty much all live. And then brought in some players over the coming days just to add some little accents here and there. But I walked away with the finished record in 4 days, and I'm really proud of this album. It's which, if you know me, is a pretty remarkable thing for me to say. This is a very old song that made the record. I remember playing the first version of this song for my friends Megan Lacey and Jack Conley in Jack's living room in December of 2016. I gotta come back to some of them, I guess. It's called Musconetcong River, which is a river in northern New Jersey. That on the Musconetcong River, where she kissed me for the first and final time. As best as I can remember, I do believe that we both closed our eyes. Copper tone, pink Kool-Aid, country time, the memories fade. I'm not old yet, I'm just older. Oscar Mayer, Dairy Queen, Reggie Jackson, A&P. How it might have been if I told her. Oh, I just shrug and sigh at the Musconetcong River on my mind. She took my hand there for a second, and the current pulled her just beyond my reach. Those stray midsummer kisses, let a limited life could be new side. I got the Must Connect corner on my mind, on my mind, on my mind. Since we're doing 2016 songs, I'm going to do this one. This is, I don't have very many crowd pleasers because a lot of my things are heavy. This one is sort of a crowd pleaser. Grandma June and Grandpa Joe lived up in Dutchess County. They had a tiny house on a big old piece of land. That house is filled with books and sculptures and papers and paintings that take an MFA to understand. Well, sometimes Grandpa Joe, he'd almost lose his temper. He'd say, June, this house is looking like a war zone. She'd put her hands on her hips, tilt her head to the left and say, dull women keep immaculate homes. Oh, Grandpa Joe passed and oh, how she missed him. That tiny house became a shrine to their love. And then she started adopting dogs and cats and hamsters. They kept her company along with the good Lord up above. But Daddy didn't like it, not for one single second. He said, Mama, what on earth is going on? She put her hands on her hips, tipped her head to the left and said, dull women keep immaculate homes. She said, oh, I've been so blessed. There's joy in this life if you can find it. You're gonna make a mess. We lost Grandma June a year ago November. I hadn't cried like that since I was just a kid. We all met up at Uncle Milton's and drank and sang together, told off-color jokes like Grandpa June would have. Then we buried her in the cemetery, right next to her beloved, and Daddy wouldn't say is what he put on her gravestone. Well, I read the epitaph, and they're etched in granite. Dull women keep immaculate homes. Dull women keep immaculate homes. I have time for a handful more, 3 more, I think, probably, if I do it with alacrity. This song is called The Dirty Third, which is a reference to the Gulf Coast. Got another call from my mama last night. She said it's not your fault, but I gotta say, it didn't occur to me to right then that it might be. I thought it was love that forever come, but I don't know a soul in their right mind could love a fool like me. I'll give you just a minute to gather my thoughts. I'm trying here. Today won't be the day that I quit drinking. I've been thinking the dirty third, well, it might be nice this time of year. Styrofoam boxes, dishes in the sink. Yesterday's clothes or the day before. Church bell ringing, I guess that means it's Sunday. I'll take a day of rest, you know I will. In fact, I'm gonna rest right up until I fade away. Oh, give me just a minute to gather my thoughts, I'm trying here. Today won't be the day that I quit drinking. I've been thinking the dirty third, well, it might be nice this time of year. I had to quit working about 5 months back. It was all too much, this life of mine. Woe is me, I've been done dirty, it's a hard road. When the rent comes due, I'll be sitting out front on a metal chair, munching on my chest, low, low. Oh, give me just a minute to gather my thoughts, I'm trying here. Today won't be the day that I quit drinking. I've been thinking the dirty third, yes, it might be nice. Oh, I've been thinking the dirty third, yes, it might be nice this time of year. I have a couple more, and thank you, Joel, for inviting me to do this, always. I can do 3, you think? Let's see, I talk a lot, I'm loquacious.
You are, you're terrible.
Yes, verbose,
But it's interesting.
yes, chatty,
Ebullient.
yes. Just keep thinking about it, and then after the next song, we'll have more synonyms. It's synonym time at the NeWorlDeli.
Well, it is Sunday for singing.
Okay. Does the fish feel the knife? That's what she asked me. And I did not know how I should respond. She asked me again. So, Daddy, did you hear me? And the answer that I gave, well, get it wrong. Them most things seem kind of simple until you poke at it and you just a little bit of fish feel. What happens when we die? We're kind of like sleeping. And she asked me this, and I was at a loss. Driving home from a wake early in the evening, I'd seen her staring at Jesus on the cross. And you can't say no one knows. Now to a girl who's 4 years old, does a fish feel the knife? You need a license to drive a car, to shoot a buck, to cut a man's hair. Anyone can have a kid and send you home and take care of it. Fish field. Daddy, who's that name? Was he always on the corner? She asked me as we sat there at the light. The cardboard sign, spare dime or a quarter. Man, there's so much in this world. Just ain't right. We let folks slip through the cracks. No, I wasn't going to tell her that. There's a fish field at night. You need a license to drive a car, to shoot a buck, to cut a man's hair. And anyone can have a kid. I'll send you home, good luck, take care. There's a fish field at night. There's a fish field at night. Fish field. There's a fish field at night. So you know, I mean, if you've had children, you know that feeling of they let you leave with this thing, this baby, this person. They let you walk out of the hospital and you're just kind of like, are you sure? Like, really? I can take this? And I had that experience with both of our kids, and we had it more recently also. When I was in California playing shows, and I haven't talked about this in her presence, so this is a little difficult. When I was in California playing shows, I got a call on a Tuesday morning from my wife, and she said that she was having chest pain. And that the ambulance was on its way. And she was in Las Vegas for work, which if you know her is ridiculous because she hates Las Vegas. She loves her work, she hates Las Vegas. If anybody's recording this, just delete that part. She loves Las Vegas. And, I have a tremendous affection for Las Vegas now because the hospital there took such incredibly good care of her. It was a small heart attack, based on a weird, small congenital aneurysm, not a blockage, so the doctors were relieved by that. They did an angiogram on Wednesday morning, and Wednesday at like 1, they were like, all right, you're good to go. And I was like, really? We can just walk out? And we did. I'm not sure how many more songs I have time for playing, but I'll tell you, waking up next to Lindsay that next morning, we got a little hotel in Vegas, and waking up next to her the following morning was pretty awesome. I think I'm going to play Try. Went up on the mountain, boys, yes I did. I went up on the mountain to pray. There I met an old farmer with a wild-eyed cur. He said, son, let me show you the way. Led me up a path that was cut from stone. The curse stuck close by his side. Night fell hard, the world went dark. at the farmer at light. And then I heard the song of the river and the stars that filled the sky. I suppose I might do better. As I could do is try. As I could do is try. The farmer lit a fire, the curtain laid down. He sat there quiet for a while. Then the farmer asked, would it let me here to walk these rough rocky miles? I told him that I kinda lost my way last year, and walking was all I could think to do. He said, son, we're all lost if we know it or not. It seemed to me it was true. Yes, I heard the song of the river and the stars that filled the sky. I suppose I might do better. As I could do is try. As I could do is try. I woke up in the morning and I looked around. The cur and the farmer were gone. So I headed off the mountain, boys, yes I did. Keep on, keeping on. Yes, I'd heard the song of the river and the stars that filled the sky. I suppose I might do better. As I could do is try. 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 Joel wants one more.
One more.
Let's do a short one. Let's do a short one. This is probably the first song I ever played on this stage. This is definitely the first song I ever played in Austin, Texas. And it's the first good song that I ever wrote, if you think any of them are good. It's the first song that I thought was good that I wrote, so. I'm a recovering lawyer, as many of you know, and as Joel disclosed to you. This is kind of about, this has something to do with that. It's called Watchman. Thank you all so much for listening. Support the Central Texas Food Bank, and thank you, Joel, for setting this up. This is the best conceivable cause. Yeah, I'm not going to preach or get political right now. Well, I stand on a battered limestone wall, trying to keep a grip on my nerves. I've been here as long as I can recall, forsaken by the masters I still serve. On my best days I remain unsure that I can be your watchman anymore. This cold wind is too bitter for me. cuts through my coat and straight into my bones. I stare out at the wild and angry sea and shift my way to top these ancient stones. I'm weary of this unforgiving shore, and I can't be your watch anymore. I'm gonna keep these torch fires burning and try to stay awake. But this outpost ain't my prison, and to die here ain't my fate. It was a just and worthy cause, but I have to say that I